And I just saw Zach's thing that said, Old MacDonald had a farm, MYPUSSYINBIO. Yeah, I'm gonna stop probably. That might be a lie. It's me, I'm the liar in chat. You small human, flame me one more time and I'm sending the hat, man. Oh, this is so pretty. Whoa! I saw a pretty bird and I killed it. You think Zhongli collects kidney stones? What?
It's time to carry out the plan! Let's go find Gaming! Hope everything goes well. Hi, Gaming! Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Playing games already, are we? Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ah, perfect, you're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with.
Alright, I've got the time. Where are the goods?
Well, it's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying
I bet this is his dad.
Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet
This is a
him.
setup.
Sure. What's this merchant's address?
Here.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing commission, right?
Subtle Paimon.
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart as soon as possible.
That's fine by me.
Alright, don't work too hard now, Longjo. We'll set off then.
Damn, looks so cool.
You're a bit quiet today, Gaming. Oh, do you want Paimon to tell a story?
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
Come in. I feel like we've ambushed him before he was ready.
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
Dad?
Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to meet you. Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
Oh. Aww.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
A very important client has asked for you by name. You kinda have to come with us. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort me, then. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. I want to give Cupping a cuddle.
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Gaming, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
I'm fine. Thank you.
But the winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Paimon.
Man, I don't know how I feel about this, bro. It feels like we've ambushed these two people who weren't ready to reconcile. I don't know. I feel so bad for going. Like, also because, like, usually in these kinds of stories, usually the parent is just so happy to, like, see the kid again. And it's like, you know what? Like, I see you're making a name for yourself. Like, you know, it's fine. I love you regardless. But, like, things are really awkward in this case. And I'm like, oh, God. The parent still is, like, being very stubborn about it.
This place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
Huh? What about you? You're not going to join us?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Oh, but...
Just let him go.
Aww.
Okay, we'll just share amongst ourselves then. Did you know, Uncle Ip, that the flavor of these cakes changes depending on...
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand. Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
There's no fucking way that they got these two Adepti to pose as treasure hoarders. The fucking Adepti people. The people who are basically like mini gods over the land. Like, these two are such a fucking funny double act. Holy shit, bro.
Indeed. Bring them forth readily and without protest.
Who speaks like this?
What do we do?
You got fucking gods to pose as lowly bandits.
It seems as if these two are acting alone. It won't be difficult to subdue them, but we might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is...
Oh, he's still
Leave
trying
this to me. I'll handle them.
He's trying to protect
Traveler,
his
climb on.
dad.
Take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, Coming. It's too dangerous.
This is what I do.
Oh. Wink.
A thorny foe indeed.
Funny.
Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Away.
Commentator in the
Let
back.
us away.
Coming!
Don't worry, he's a great fighter.
Did you guys see
Haven't
commentator in the
seen him
back?
take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
But Coming, If he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such dangerous situations.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits in the area waiting in ambush.
It's so funny to me how we're doing all this. There she is.
All is going to plan.
Excuse me.
Okay, we should be good to stop here.
Fucking Zhongli.
Zhongli? Oh no, what is he doing here?
Good sir, please, listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
This motherfucker is flying a kite just randomly. And it's a kite of Hu Tao's fucking ghost. Hu Tao. I was expecting to cry at this quest. I'm crying laughing. What? I cannot cope with any of this. What is going on? Holy shit.
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight? Oh. Ah, I see. It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
Nope, no need. Paimon's fine. She just had some cake stuck in her throat.
He must have figured it all out by now. Is he just playing dumb on purpose?
If there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millilith at once.
Fucking Karina, I know, right? The joke's insane. The guard that was escorting us is already on their tail.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise. Wouldn't you agree?
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like
If
us
ordinary
got
people
involved,
like us.
it would only cause more trouble.
Talking to fucking Rex Lapis.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
That would be lovely.
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming, the guard we mentioned, is his son.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho
Suddenly
dancer who
caught
has
on
been
so quick.
performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani. Usho dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. One's not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves. If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed.
Hello.
I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Uncle Ip.
Seems like Jean-Louis has decided to skip the formalities.
Well, he's a hard worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Subtle.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed. It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through. I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself? Over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wushu dancing. It made me happy. But I was also worried. When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way? My concern is what happens when you get old. Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right.
Why is he like this?
That I was right not to give in. I often regret introducing him to wushu dancing as a kid. If I had known how things
No,
would
that's
turn
fucked
out,
up, bro.
I would have never taken him to see those performances in the first place.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your
A little
age.
bit. Just a little bit. By a few thousand years.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown
He's
daughters.
talking about Cloud Retainer.
Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind. Oh, I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Iptak.
Sure.
Why do we look so shocked at that?
So, do you also think I fret too much, Mr. Zhongli?
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. Hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar. As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar.
Yeah, he's right.
It seems I was too stuck in my ways.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things?
He's like, just
like
stop worrying, go for a
stroll,
walk, do
drinking
yoga.
tea, or taking in the scenery. You never know what surprises could be in store. Things can change in the blink of an eye.
The blink of an eye, you say? Do things change so quickly?
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. 1 second, Gaming was a kid. The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Zhongli certainly has a way with words.
Why is she still floating and bobbing? She's not sitting down.
Oh, Gaming is back! Hey, Gaming, we're over here!
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and
Yeah, no,
Mr.
she's-
Zhongli from the
listening.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? You're here too?
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Is everything resolved?
Well, you could say that.
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk to you.
Oh, he found out. He found out.
Huh? Oh, okay.
He found out we set him up.
I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
Oh, he pissed.
That's how we're starting off?
Can't look me in the eye, huh? Guess I'm right then.
Okay, but how did you know?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted. Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like them. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor anytime.
This guy.
You ever consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me?
Yeah.
I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on
We
for a
kind
long
of did it
time.
without consent.
Even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show them what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything. You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me. I'm certain of it.
And you? Will you talk to him?
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years?
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure talking is enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it. Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
It won't hurt to try.
I'll do my best.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed. Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems
Zhongli just casually
I still have
schooling
much
people.
to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
Also, where did we get this tea set? It's not like it was alcohol.
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Gaming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Ahem. Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral parlor business to attend to.
That sounds like such a threat.
Oh,
In isolation.
I hope I didn't keep you. My apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli. No need to stay on my account. When you're less busy, let's find a time to meet. I'll treat you to dim sum.
Aw.
It would be an honor.
Yeah, this man doesn't have any Mora, so you might need to pay.
We'll see you out, Zhongli. You two have a nice chat, alright?
Are they gonna show the chat? No, I want to see the chat.
Should we sit?
Sure.
Thanks for helping us talk things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say I have a certain level of expertise in that regard. As for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it. I hardly did anything noteworthy.
No, you helped.
You never change, do you?
Well, he is over 6,000 years old.
Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Gravitainer?
Hello.
Oh. Hi, Shao.
So, you're here too?
I've been here the whole time. A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Who be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects.
Show us the chat. I know, right?
It's you. I thought you were Director Who.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new gadget? The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that...
Wait, father and son.
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. It's a bit of a shame. In truth, I'm here because Director Who dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine. Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy, what is it, sesame oil or something?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps. What do you think, Xiao?
I've only met Director Hu a few times. I'm hardly the best person to ask.
Ah, and is that not a sign that you should visit Wangsheng Funeral Parlor more often? It wouldn't hurt to grace the parlor with your presence now and again.
He wants to see his son
otherwise
more.
unoccupied. This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Hu tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right. I have made my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Hu. I'll leave these two kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity. You might find it to be an enjoyable use of your time.
Oh, wait. Who enjoys kite flying?
The other Adepti?
I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom is more than capable of finding
He
out.
cares so much for his
So,
son.
you were testing out the kites for Hu Tao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you? Paimon didn't ask earlier because the situation was, awkward.
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend.
Your son. He is your son.
Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing.
The competition's not the important thing right now.
Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like Shao lanterns in that way.
His namesake.
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
There's no need. Menogias was the only yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation and design.
Maybe it
When
makes him
Lantern
sad
Rite
to
is
think
over,
about it.
Come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
Absolutely.
It's getting late. I should go inform Director Hu of our findings.
How's she been, by the way? Be sure to say hi to her for us.
The last time I spoke to her, she mentioned that she would be visiting Chaoying Village in a few days. If you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip. If you happen to run into her, you can pass along your regards in person.
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Xiangli. See you later.
See you next time.
Oh. Chat.
Coming.
You can go first.
I don't have anything to say.
What? Bruh!
Then I'll go.
Oh, no.
I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Oh. I can't say I support that decision, but...
No, Tom.
Hey, let me finish before you get all worked up.
Why am I so emotional about
Sit,
this?
Shinhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
No need. I'm not tired.
They're gone, Master. Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make an appearance. Do you remember the plan when recounted to you?
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familial love.
Aww. Bless
So
him.
I'll have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shanhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this scheme? I suppose all I can do is just take a seat and see what happens.
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some sunglow tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety. Or it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already. Oh, forbid it. Such thoughts detract from the present need to keep up the conversation. Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by pinning their heads against the table.
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe serious right now?
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, it seems to have forgotten about Shenhe's various eccentricities. What I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other. It would be a great comfort to me to know you were surrounded by good companions.
You already know of my past circumstances. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night. Guoba can't talk, but his companionship is a comfort.
The poor child. Her one friend can't even talk. I guess maybe Gaming is not doing so bad after all. Perhaps I've been too hard on him.
Let's move on, shall we? Do you have any plans for today, Shenhe? How about we do something fun?
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a bit.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk, picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way. If that is what you ask of me, then that is what I shall do.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, let's not have any just yet.
Yeah. I simply can't listen to that any longer.
Bruh.
Coming. I'd like to finish what I was trying to say before.
He got so sick of it.
I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard on you. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities are too similar to avoid butting heads. But you'll have your entire family around you. Your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can to help. You could get a less taxing job, and we could...
This is what he wants to do.
We could grab dim sum together from time to time.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair, Master.
Shh. Just think about it, okay? You don't have to decide now.
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before. But
He wants to stay in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you, Dad.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, Paimon sure hopes they've made up by now. Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Did Xianyun's plan not work after all? Hey you two! Paimon's sorry we were gone for so long. We got to chatting with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually. We seem to be just about done here.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the bags.
Gaming has grown a lot taller, hasn't he?
Master, did I say something wrong earlier? I tried to go along with your questions, but when I saw how you and that man reacted, I started to wonder.
Not at all. Certain unforeseen variables may have presented themselves along the way, but the outcome proved favorable. The plan was a success.
Then I helped?
Naturally. Your purity of spirit is one of your greatest strengths, Shenhe. You need not change who you are.
Aww. Wait, that's so cute. There's so much like family shit in this quest. I'm in shambles, bro. I'm fucking shambles. I can't keep crying.
You must be Mr. Ip. Thank you for coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big tea drinkers too.
The Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare. Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in advance.
Of course, of course! Please follow me.
You see the little wink.
Is this person also involved in your plan?
She's the very important client.
And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
Over here! Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Huh? What? Auntie Shenyun?
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
My god. What a quest this is.
I take it that all is going well?
Don't worry,
There's
Shenyun.
more, yeah.
Everything is going according to plan.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Shenyun is really something. She was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shenhe appear foolish in front of my family. She truly knows how to look out for others. I still have a lot to learn.
As for the next step...
Oh no!
What?
What's wrong, Gaming?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I can't let you do that.
Fret not. Reimbursements will be made.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment, as Ningguang would say. We pulled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sample of the regional specialty. Fontainians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article. And once all the money from the new orders begin to roll in, getting our Mora back will be a piece of cake.
Oh, okay. Business-related matters always seem to go over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf. I'll pay you back right now.
We can talk about such matters at a later date. There are more important
He's
matters
a
for you
good
to
egg.
consider at the moment. Are there not?
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
That is for us to decide.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help, right? Just tell us about this idea of yours.
Okay. So, it's like this.
Got it. Just leave it to us. Let's split up and make it happen.
Okay.
We need to do those things we talked about, but we also still have the kite flying competition. Since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, why don't we also go buy one of those mechanical thingamabobs or whatever they're called? We can attach it to our kite. Hello again.
Welcome back. I see you returned from your trip. I really do have to thank you for all your help from before. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that very same
Aw,
day.
cute.
She even wrote a long letter telling me how much she loved it.
Oh, you should really be thanking Gaming, not us.
I'll be sure to. And Are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your pick.
Oh, we already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of those, device thingies from Fontaine. Do you sell them separately?
Ah, yes. Here you go. Please, take it, free of charge.
Oh,
the directions are in the box. It's not hard to install at all.
It doesn't feel right for us to just take it.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition. I'll be rooting for you.
All right then, thank you.
Paimon accepted that real quick.
Phew, it's done. Let's get down to business.
Pretty.
Looks like we finished everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the sky.
Yep.
Chi-Chi, we're almost there.
Aww.
Okay.
Aww.
Come here, allow me.
Gay! Gay!
Lantern Rite is as festive as ever!
Gay! Gay!
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
What's that?
Holy fuck! How is he on the water, bro? I have chills. This is so cool. It's Jesus. Aww. She looks so happy. This is so fucking cool, dude. Gaming Jesus, yeah. Holy fuck, that was so well animated. And the sound design and everything, so good. Aww.
Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
Aww. Look at him shaking his little hair.
Wait, the wind.
Oh my gosh!
Mommy, I want a big kite like that too! Do you see that kite way out front? It's so beautiful!
Happy Lantern Rite. Happy Lantern Rite.
hug! Bro.
Gaming's performance was so cool, Paimon almost wanted to join in. You saw that, right, Traveler?
I'm not okay.
Him. Oh, he's over there, talking to his dad.
Bro, I'm not okay. Super Wonder, where's the Paimon kite? Bro.
I think I'll head off now, if that's okay.
Thank you, little girl. Do you want us to walk you back?
No need, no need. Master is waiting for me right over there.
This game just...
Son. I suppose I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wuxia dances in my time, but I've gotta admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Wow. I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
You're serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but...
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream, then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. As long as you put in the work, then any obstacle can be overcome in time. Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. And much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad.
Son.
Son? Haven't heard that in a while.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me saying all this.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Anyway, I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but... to me, Gaming, you've always been a great kid. Alright, that's everything I've got. Did you have something you wanted to say, or...
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
I don't think that they've ever animated a hug with the 3D models. Like, they've done it in cutscenes where it's, like, fully animated, but I don't think they've ever had, like, a hug between the 3D models. I'm in shambles. Holy fuck. Yep, it was all because of you.
Now go. Over there. Your friends are still waiting for you.
Huh? But you came all this way.
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat, right?
Dad, honestly.
Go.
Okay, then I'm off. See you soon.
Bro, I'm gonna cry again.
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gaming.
Really?
It's Nothing to be embarrassed about.
Aww. Dude. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Xinyun, as well as everyone else who's helped me out. If everyone has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
Oh, Lantern Rite was simply amazing. I'm not sure I'll be able to sleep tonight.
About the mechanical vertical lifting device.
Oh, that? Yeah, interesting story. It was invented by a guy from Fontaine. His name is Ildison. He's always tinkering away at some mechanism or another. He's even asked the Steambird to write about his inventions on more than one occasion. I believe I have a direct quote from him about this particular one. Yes, here it is. The device is powered entirely by mechanical components without the need for any additional energy source. Basically, it's a manually operated cranking device. How high it can fly entirely depends on how much force you can exert. Combining this invention with a kite. What a great idea, right?
About the interview and working together with Gaming's father.
Oh, my conversation with Mr. Ip went really well. I've already sent the first draft of my article back to the Steambird. It's a piece that contains all the pertinent information while also telling a story. I'm quite proud of it. Oh, that reminds me. I should thank everyone who made this possible for me. Especially that spirited lady with those peculiar turns of phrase. Miss Xinyun was her name, right? It was all thanks to your connections and creativity. I would have never thought I'd be able to bring such a special gift back to Fontaine with me.
About Lantern Rite.
This was my first time experiencing a foreign holiday in person. It was so exciting! The festive atmosphere, the contagious holiday spirit, the profound, storied cultural traditions steeped in symbolism. Oh, I almost forgot. Kuching even gave me a kite with a poem on it that she wrote herself.
That's so
It
gay.
goes, dreams are like paper kites. With them do our hopes take flight. Sailing high above the clouds, they yearn for something more profound. Yet try we may and try we might. A deeper truth waits in plain sight. Though we hang our hopes in skies abound, many joys lie on the ground. I want to include this poem in my special feature on Lantern Rite. I'm sure a lot of people will love it.
Until next time, Charlotte.
Yep, and happy Lantern Rite to you.
You know what I realized? We haven't seen, Xingqiu, Chongyun. We haven't seen Ningguang. Oh, when is Daddy coming back? Is it too late to write him and ask for a sweaty cake? I saw one, a glowing one, while playing by myself. I wonder if Daddy could buy me one. Kites. They carry people's thoughts into the skies. Don't you think that's quite similar to how Shao Lanterns work? This year's theme is kites, which connects with the idea of those lanterns in interesting ways. I wonder if there are any legends that also link the two. Should there be any link to ancient relics, that would make for a most captivating story. So about the kites here. Oh, are you wondering where I got them from? Well, they're all homemade by myself and my family. Don't you worry, I've been learning this craft from my Aunt Granny Shan since I was a kid. I've been in this line for over a decade now, so rest assured, my handiwork's fine as fine can be. She was pleased as punch to hear that this year's theme was kites. But she also told me in her letters of how she couldn't wrangle with those new Fontainian devices, so I came over to help her out. You could say that kite making's a family craft. If you like 'em, feel free to buy a few more. About the art of making kites. Guess I haven't told you all that much about my Aunt Granny Shan, have I? Everyone in my family can at least sort of make kites, but she's the best at it by far. You could even call her love for making them an obsession of sorts. How her eyes would sparkle when she taught me the traditional lantern patterns. I listened and studied hard, but I couldn't tell you if I'd ever catch up with her. Now, she might look old, but you should see the smile on her face when she's working with those kites. If my kids are willing, I'd love to hand this craft down to them too. Aww. Oh, look at those kites. Right over here then. Take your time, I'll even give you a discount. Cute! Oh, we can have them in our teapot. That's so cool. I never knew kites came in so many styles. Don't worry. I didn't mean anything untoward by that. Variety and novelty are merchants' great loves, after all. If we could use such stylizations in other products. Perhaps bring in some of those Fontanian machines we're importing. Yes, that could be a promising new market.
Given your present countenance, one presumes you are missing some old friends again.
Aww.
One cannot help but be reminded of them.
Pray speak. Unburden yourself of these sentiments.
One simply wishes Menogius were alive to witness such peace alongside us. He was so skilled in matters of craftsmanship. Kite making would scarcely prove to be a test of his capabilities. Were he yet amongst the living, he could have opened a kite stall. One is certain it would have been an establishment rich not only in profit, but also esteem. And if, as in the past, he were unable to involve himself in matters of the mortal realm, we could sell the kites in his stead. When we finished, we could bring him back wine and partake in drink and good company.
Mooncarver, those are now but fond moments in our memories.
Indeed. The dead are gone, so, as the representatives of the living, let us take in the sights for a bit longer, if just for his sake.
Do you ever think that there might be some kites that can no longer be retrieved after being sent up into the sky? I guess so. Even if you could control the line, the wind might decline your commands all the same. Speaking of that, should we go buy one? I mean, I haven't flown one before, so I'm not sure if it'll work out. Or, what say we make one together? I've seen kids discussing the patterns they want to draw on theirs, so it might not be that difficult. Two of us. Sure, let's give it a go. Aww. Hey, this is the big day. The annual Lantern Rite is finally here. You see, seeing all of the harbour this lively is quite a rare sight. If it wasn't for the fact that I need to stick to my post, I'd have bought a kite to fly already. I mean, hearing them talk, you'd know that with that new mechanical propulsion thingamabob, any kite can fly with ease. Does that mean that I could fly a kite while working? Hello there, friend. Have you decided on the sort of kites you'd like to make? Ah, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I just wanted to perhaps use your work as reference material. I've been waiting for this holiday for so long, but now that it's here, I can't figure out which patterns I like. I mean, there's no way I'll be sewing expired documents into a kite, surely. I'm kidding. It's fine even if I don't have my own kite, really. It'll still be interesting watching others fly theirs. So next on the agenda... Is this all? How's work coming along? My father's been getting on in years lately, so I asked for a transfer. Now that I'm in a more leisurely department, I finally have time to spend with my family after work. Now that I have some room to breathe, I can't even recall how I managed to take on so many tasks. Many of them weren't even my responsibilities, but I just couldn't help putting my nose in there. I was so strong back then, eh? The past you? Did you ever spend Lantern Rite here in Liyue? I was the previous planner of the event. Of course, Lantern Rite is the biggest festival of the year. Everyone in Liyue Harbor comes out to celebrate it together. One planner can't handle an event of that magnitude. But Liyue Harbor's high population and complex environment means that there are still very many issues for each planner to consider. Like the lack of guardrails at the wharf, the crowding at food stalls in Chihu Rock, the cats and dogs, and running around all over the place. There's so much to consider. No, I'm starting to think like a planner again. That's not my job anymore. I should just get off work and go take care of my father. Chelsea, you've finally returned. Let's settle our engagement plans while you're back this time. What do you say? Cece, I literally just got back from sea and I'm completely drained, mentally and physically. Let's talk about it later. But that's what you said last time, and before I knew it, you were running off with some other girl. Oh shit! Come now, don't be that way. We're just friends, nothing more. If you two are just friends, then what are you so worried about? Why can't we get engaged? There you go again. I don't have any intention of getting married yet. It's not that I can't shoulder the responsibility, Cece. It's just that I don't want to disappoint you, that's all. I'm a sailor, and the sea is always calling me. There's no escaping it. You might as well just consider me swallowed by the waves already. You deserve someone better. Don't talk like that, Cheshire. I know that you'll be just fine. Oh dear. As you pass by a lane in Yilong Wharf, a sincere storyteller's disciple approaches you and narrates a tale intimately related to you both. Esteemed guests, I, the apprentice storyteller, Juanshu, Most humbly request you cease your steps for a moment. Perhaps you have heard a tale that goes something like this. In the beautiful night of Lantern Rite, flaming lights once danced across the sky like glowing brushes, like a majestic scroll. Paimon didn't quite catch that. Flaming lights? Painting in the sky? That's not something ordinary people can do. Even if you had some kind of airship, there's no kind of mysterious paint that can just hang in the air like that. Sounds like a seriously exaggerated analogy. Could you be talking about fireworks? Anyway, the protagonists of this tale are none other than you two, the renowned Harley, whose fame has spread throughout the land, and her companion Paimon. Huh? Why is it suddenly about us? Perhaps you have already forgotten, but this time last year, you accepted a commission from the adventurer Tian and participated in a special speedrun challenge. That speedrun challenge was illuminated by the glow of fireworks, a sight most majestic, a splendorous scene not oft seen. Now that you mention it, Paimon kinda remembers that we helped some promoter from the Adventurers Guild. It was nothing, really. She said she wanted to use the event to recruit new members. No idea if it actually worked, though. I guess something like that might have happened. At the time, I was drowning my sorrows in liquor near the Wangshu Inn, and as I looked up, I saw your silhouettes framed by the fireworks. Aww. In a moment, the sadness from flunking the exam, my confusion about the path that lay before me, it was all dispelled in a flash by your radiant figures blazing bright with vitality. So I pulled myself together and continued my research into folktales, and thus came to Chenyu Vale, drinking deep of my favourite subject. I must thank you for the encouragement you gave me. And it is not just me. Many were moved by your splendid silhouettes, joining the Adventurers Guild and finding new direction in life. Paimon never imagined anything like that. We didn't even notice anyone watching at the time, and didn't even think us joining in a little race could inspire other people. When you put it like that, it's kind of embarrassing. It's good to see that your spirits have improved. To run into you today is truly my good fortune. There is one thing I would like to ask, in addition to expressing my sincerest gratitude. Please pass your radiant glory onward and continue to inspire even more people. Though we aren't nearly as great as you say, excuse me, you've got a good idea going. If we can cheer up more people, we're in. Though now that you mention it, just what should we do? In accordance with usual practices, I used Tian's racing challenge as a reference and teamed up with other adventurers inspired by you. We've planned a brand new activity, iridescent cloud striding. There are many wondrous things here in Chenyu Vale, including a strange carp whose power allows you to travel most swiftly. All you need to do is vault over valleys and mount the mountaintops with your nimbleness, showing your vibrant dynamism. Is that a word? Showing your vibrant dynamism to all and sundry, just as before. We're in. Of course, beyond the mora I have prepared as a token of appreciation, we've prepared a variety of other rewards to express our gratitude. Such paltry gestures pale with the hope you have gifted to so many and the excitement your past deeds inspire. But that is not all. In the future, we will find more chances to repay you. You're too kind. We'll keep on journeying and helping out those in need along the way, even without any rewards. That doesn't sound like you, Paimon. But after hearing you, we're even more inspired to keep on adventuring. Let's give this iridescent cloud striding a try. Oh, honourable traveller Harley, is there anything I can do for you? About the location of iridescent cloud striding. Yes, a lot of thought was put into the matter. The adventurers inspired by you and I chose a suitable location after exhaustive research. Those with heavy hearts often wander in the tranquil wilderness, far removed from the hustle and bustle. So the location for iridescent cloud striding is neither too far nor too close to Yilong Wharf and Chaoying Village, so that your radiance may reach as many as who need encouragement as possible. Tell me about yourself. About me, my own experiences are really quite ordinary. I'm just a researcher of folktales, with no special abilities. When my research was at a standstill, I thought about changing professions, so I registered for the Ministry of Civil Affairs exams, but I ended up flunking. However, after being inspired by you, I clenched my teeth, overcoming the difficulties posed by both the lack of funds and my own cognitive limitations, and found that there really wasn't any need for me to change my vocation in the first place. After I came to Yilong Wharf, I discovered there were countless research topics, so I've been studying all kinds of folktales while I work as a storyteller's apprentice. every single day is so fulfilling. And it's all because of you. Once again, thank you so much. Aww. Bless her. It's nothing to do with us. You took one moment of inspiration and you ran with it. You did the work. You know? During iridescent cloud striding challenges, you must reach your destination while collecting as many Jade Lotus lanterns on the way to obtain a score as high as possible. Ominous lanterns will be present during the challenge. You will have points deducted if you pick them up. After you come into contact with fireworks lanterns, they will explode, and you will trigger the pickup effects of all objects within the explosion radius. There will be cunning plans to be picked up near the Golden Carp Sleep Pearls. These can help you complete the coming challenges. After picking a Cunning Plan cash advance up, Jade Lotus lanterns will appear before you for a limited time. This will help you obtain a higher score. When you unfurl your wing glider and soar through the skies, you are as a brush against a canvas of night sky, drawing clear lines as you glide at full speed toward your target. Okay. Whee. Oh. Oh shit! I fucked it up. I fucked it up. Nice, okay. Wait, where am I going? Oh, here. Oh, nice. Oh, fuck. I feel like when I do this stuff, I can never enjoy, like, the fireworks and stuff because I'm so focused on, like, doing it correctly. After picking a Cunning Plan Crisis adaptation up, ominous lanterns before you will regularly turn into tranquil lanterns. Take this opportunity to score more points. Your movements and turns form a rhythm that determines the contours of this painting. Seize the crucial moment and surge through precise junctures to sketch out the most brilliant of paths. Nice. That was a shorter one, I feel like. After picking a Cunning Plan Pyrotechnical Amusement, special moving fireworks lanterns will appear before you, and during the next Golden Cart Sleep you will score double points. Okay. The lanterns that float in the air form splotches of watery colour. Explosions can be used to scatter their colours across the sky, giving a unique tension to your artwork. Whee.
In this era of fair winds and gentle rain,
Ma'am?
one needs not marshal the winds to deliver the rain clouds.
Why are you doing your idol right now? Oh, shit. No. Why did I not pick those up? Whatever. Nice. Clean lines, graceful brushstrokes, and vibrant inks blend a model of techniques to lend paintings a superb tension. The same applies to planning one's gliding route. Oh, where am I going? Did I pick this up? Oh, I did. Oh, I did not nail that one. Whoop. Under the glow of hundreds and thousands of colourful lanterns, the leap of a golden carp is interweaved with the blooming fireworks, which may perhaps form a scroll on which the swift, agile form of the traveller can be graven against the night skies. I didn't know graven was a word. Nice. Whoa, we get to have this in our teapot? The impressive, imposing, solemn and majestic Mingxiao lantern is said to have been made in memory of a certain yaksha. The ape-like yaksha in the lantern is wearing a mask of wrath and rage, with the power to subdue all demons, regardless of from whence they came. Regardless of from whence they come. After the lantern is lit, its majesty and power reach new heights. Not only can it bless those who see it, but it also protects the tranquility of Liyue Harbor. If you look closely at this lantern, an impression of its elegance will linger on in your thoughts. This one, a grand and gorgeous Shao lantern that vividly recreates the shape of the mighty Suani that can be seen in the Just Wushu dance venue. If you carefully examine this auspicious beast-shaped Shao lantern, another sort of sense of security will rise in your heart. Perhaps this is the auspicious sight that inspired the legendary scene of Peace and Joy Reigns, All Evil Retreats, when the Suani lifts its head.
Oh, I almost forgot! Didn't Zhongli say Hu Tao was also planning on spending some time in Xiaoying Village? We didn't have anything else to do today, right? Why don't we go have a look around? Maybe we'll run into her. The mountain air is so refreshing! It makes Paimon feel like she could float around all day and never get tired! Cream! Gummies! Fuel fruit!
What?
Huh? Did you hear that? Sunshine! Blue skies! Good vibes!
Me doing affirmations in the mirror when I'm depressed. Something about Buell fruit and good vibes.
Right? So Paimon wasn't just hearing things. That voice sounds really familiar.
It does?
Well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check it out?
I think it's meant to be Hu Tao, but it didn't sound like her. Okay, let's go see what's up. You and Paimon make your way up the mountain in search of the source of the shouting. As far as you can make out, it's almonds this and cocoa paste that. Sounds delicious, that's for sure. Oh wait, is it Shengling? The lively voice invigorates your steps, and you ascend the mountain in no time. Oh!
What are they doing here?
What the fuck?
Clarande!
Gay!
Well, if it isn't my dear partners. See, I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today. I have to say, sometimes the Steambird's astrology column is spot on.
It's just your lucky day.
Are you guys also here to catch the festivities? Oh, and that reminds me. Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
And to you.
Happy Lantern Rite to you too! Wait, if you're here for Lantern Rite, then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain? And that voice we heard, that was you, right, Navia?
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away. You've got good ears.
That or your voice is just really loud.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
Indeed. I suppose it's an asset.
Sure is! Having a loud voice is a handy tool when it comes to communication.
Paimon.
Wait. That wasn't even Paimon's point. Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this deserted mountain. There was something about almonds, maybe? And buell fruit? Ooh, is it some sort of secret code?
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
Perhaps, but the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed.
What?
That's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to resist the urge to release those emotions.
I see, so it's not what you were shouting that matters.
Exactly. You get me, partner. I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the locals around here, and they said it was fine. Apparently most hikers like to shout when they get to the top, so the locals are used to it by now. So, you see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their life.
Relatable content.
Speak for yourself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a pretty good way to relieve stress.
Oh.
What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Huh?
Anyway,
What does this
why don't
mean?
you give it a try? Shout anything you want.
What does
It's
that
a real
mean,
stress
bro?
reliever.
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relieving.
And I prefer to keep things bottled up. Sis, are you okay?
Oh, I bet you guys are just too embarrassed to let loose. No need to be shy. Even Farina was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
Not the Who! What do you mean? Who?
Huh? Did Paimon hear that right? Farina's also here? In Chaoying Village?
Believe in your ears. It is indeed as you heard. Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
Yes, we could just about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?" So we hurried up here to check it out. And what do you know? Miss Farina was standing right there, all red in the face. She practically sprinted back down the mountain the minute she saw us.
Ah, that reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me, I will figure out what I should do about this script."
So, you could actually hear what she was saying? Why didn't you say so earlier? I thought someone was really in trouble.
She wanted to hike
I
with you.
figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Oh, seems like you caught Farina in the middle of some stress relief as well. She probably would have never thought. No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out here.
Was she alone?
I think so. We ran into Mervelet on the way here as well, but he was already on his way back, so they probably weren't together.
What? Mervelet was here too?
So many people from Fontaine.
What was he doing here? It couldn't have been for vacation.
I think it just might have been, actually. But apparently he only stayed for half a day before heading back. He's a very busy man.
Neuvillette is not the type to take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step in the right direction.
Didn't Charlotte publish an article on the Liyue tea industry recently? Maybe he was inspired to come buy some tea after reading that article. You know, just like you were.
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you. The tea purchase is simply an added bonus of this location.
You Fontainians and your tea drinking.
Oh, it's not for me. I lost a bet with Ridesley, and now I have to buy him something.
You made a bet?
It was just a spur-of-the-moment sort of bet. Ridesley gets really invested in that sort of thing, but he couldn't care less about what he wins in the end. You could give him mint plants that you plucked from the side of the road, and he wouldn't even mind.
If only he was that easygoing when it came to talking business. In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Neuvillette even mentioned it earlier.
Sunglo tea?
Yes, that's the one.
You didn't really buy 10 boxes, did you?
Please, do I look like someone who would fall for that sort of marketing trap?
That reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right? I hope it didn't put you out. You must have had other plans for the day.
Oh, that's right, Hu Tao! A few days ago, we heard that a friend was going to be in Qiaoying Village, so we decided to come and see if we could run into her.
Oh dear, we've been chatting for quite some time. I'm sorry for keeping you.
No harm done, partner.
That's good.
We should probably head out and look for Hu Tao.
No need to stay on our account. We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around for a little longer.
Gay.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up in Qiaoying Village later.
Gay, homosexual, gay. Sounds reasonable to me.
Sounds good. We're gonna head down the mountain then. See you later!
Gay.
What do I have to do to get you to yell from the top of this mountain? Name your price.
You really want to hear it that bad, huh?
I'm just curious is all. I have a feeling you'll say something amazing.
I will pass. I prefer to let actions speak louder than words.
Just yell about how much you're in love and be done with it, you know? Oh, thank you for... Von saw me being thirsty and was like, this bitch needs to hydrate.
Qiaoying Village is known for its tea, but you know what else they have with tea? That's right, dim sum! Didn't Gaming say something about dim sum being eaten in the morning? Oh, Paimon wonders if we can still get some at this time of day.
Afternoon tea might be more appropriate at this point.
Oh, well that's fine too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is as long as it comes with some tasty snacks. Now, let's see what kind of yummy things we can find around here. Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Farina standing between Zhongli and Hu Tao?
Judging based on the hat, I'd say so.
Wonder what they're talking about. Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Farina about Qiaoying Village. Oh, or maybe Hu Tao is trying to rope Farina into being one of her clients.
Want to make a bet?
Hey, this isn't the Fortress of Merheed. But Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Let's say loser buys the winner 3 huge bowls of seafood kanji. Since Zhongli is there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame. It's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli.
Then I vote for hustler Hu Tao.
Alright, no time to waste. Let's go see who's right.
Aw, that's cute.
Good afternoon, Hu Tao, Zhongli, and Farina! Oh, great. Now Paimon shouting too.
Oh,
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
Huh? Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the Traveler and Paimon then?
I have keenly felt the passage of time since our last meeting.
Looks like someone's learned a thing or two from Zhongli.
I must admit, I am a bit surprised to see you here, Traveler. But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over Teyvat, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected. Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
It appears you have been to Fontaine then.
Mm-hmm.
Given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss Farina.
That's quite high praise. What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli. Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of strength or wisdom. I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration. There is definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. I could tell as much from our conversation earlier. Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, there's no way he hasn't heard about what happened in Fontaine. Is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
No. You're no common tourist. I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way.
Huh? Does that mean Hu Tao also knows?
You may not have heard, friends, but...
Miss Hu Tao...
Miss Farina is now one of my esteemed clients.
Yep.
Did you hear that, Paimon?
Okay, you win. Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
Huh? What's this about winning something?
Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us.
It was Paimon's idea.
We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to what you were talking about. Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed that I was trying to promote my business to Miss Farina.
Well, you know me.
That I do, my friend. What was Paimon's guess then? Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
By newbie, you mean me, right?
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess was also correct.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
You see? Paimon was right too! Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a loser.
Fine. Keep your secret stash then.
Hey, don't be upset, Traveler. How about this? You buy Paimonable and Paimon will also buy youable. As for the third bowl... Since I was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck.
I'll buy you a bowl anytime you want.
I was just joking. Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important question. Something happen recently, Farina?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Longsheng Funeral Parlor and all.
Oh, well, yes.
Really? Oh no. Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deep
it's not like that, Paimon.
Huh? But Paimon just thought, since you hired the services of a funeral parlor and all... Hey, it's not that big of a stretch.
Really, Paimon? It's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral? Miss Hutao is simply helping prepare some props for my film. Not too long ago, I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now. Anyway, that's not the point. Now that Fontaine's biggest star has returned to the stage, I figured it's about time the industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air.
You might even call it a breath of fresh air.
Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to remember that for my ad posters.
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just to enlist the services of Longsheng Funeral Parlor?
Well, not exactly. My original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights. But then I ran into Miss Hutao and Mr. Zhongli, and well, you know the rest. I suppose it was meant to be.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
Zhongli sure loves his lofty turns of phrase. But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
Oh? Who was it?
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess?
It was Niviette, wasn't it?
What? How did you guess that on your first try?
Very impressive, my friend. Your guessing game is spot on today.
You tell everyone about your encounter with Navia and Clorinde at the top of the mountain. One look at the pitiful expression on Farina's face is enough to convince you to leave out the part about the shouting.
Huh. Paimon never thought Neuvillette would be the type to get lost.
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble. He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Yup, that's exactly what he asked. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route.
For him, though, swimming would probably be the fastest route of them all.
So, were you the one that pointed him in the right direction, Hutao?
Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of direction. But speaking of your friend...
What about him?
He doesn't get out much, does he?
No, he doesn't.
No wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite. I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
All in all, he was only here for half a day. I'm pretty sure he is the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
I'm sure he does. You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Is that so?
He knows who he is.
You didn't see him, Zhongli?
Unfortunately, no. At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Farina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy. I actually think you two would have hit it off.
Me too.
Is that so?
Judging by how Zhongli is acting, and taking into consideration Neviette's true identity, could Zhongli have been avoiding him on purpose? Yeah, it's probably a little bit awkward if you're a former Archon and you run into one of the dragons whose, like, authority was stolen by the Archons. It's a little bit awkward. I understand. Oh, I see. It's truly a pity.
To borrow Miss Farina's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the Traveler around, I'm sure you'll have a chance to get to know each other at some point.
That's right. She's got more friends than she knows what to do with.
I have a certain charm about me.
Well, that's certainly true.
Want to be girlfriends?
Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Nervalette into loosening up a bit. Just tell him the Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days. He shouldn't keep himself cooped up all the time. Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water every once in a while, right? If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself since he handles that sort of thing now, but you know what I mean.
That does make sense.
Seems like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important.
Mm-hmm. Notice the demon who controls all the paperwork in Fontaine? He's the fair and impartial Eudex of Fontaine, head of the highest court in the land.
Sounds like a pretty uptight sort of guy, all right. In my experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old. You're quite right, Miss Hutao.
Interesting. So, his current form is like only like, I want to say like 450, 500 years old? It's the way it's been described is his predecessor died and Neuvillette was the one who was reborn. I guess they're treating it as it was him in a previous life by describing him as like several thousand years old.
Oh? Traveler, Miss Farina, those two individuals over there appear to recognize you.
Oh, it's Navia and Clorand. Hey, over here!
We saw you all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
Please, excuse the interruption.
Oh, so polite. No apologies necessary. Any friend of the Traveler and Miss Farina is a friend of mine.
Ah, straight to the point. I like it.
Everyone circles around you and begins to introduce themselves. Hutao's eyes light up when she hears about Clorand's profession. Oh god. But a quick explanation from Farina and Navia seems to dispel some of her more misguided ideas.
It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Indeed. Then, Miss Farina?
Oh, yes?
When are you planning to head back? Do you need us to escort you?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary. I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark.
Exactly. Just like in those ghost stories.
Don't scare her.
8 paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye.
Scaring the shit out of her.
If you take a closer look, there may be something you missed.
That look on her face is terrifying.
A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean? In this wood, where mystery screams. Ooh. My dear
I mean friends! Please take me with you!
Of course.
Farina.
Gotta say, Farina, you are really quite the character. By the way, did I hear you mention that Clorand used to work under you? Then you must have also been a leader at some point.
Who town knows all?
Well, that's, all in the past now.
That was really good.
Besides, being a leader is hard. It wasn't the right job for me. I prefer how things are now. I can come and go as I please, and get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Chaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
Well, have you all had a good time?
Only the best. And I've learned a lot, too. Thank you so much, Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Dim sum? Is that some kind of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
They are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party! Sounds great!
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious. Paimon knows you'll love them.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait, but didn't you guys say you were here on vacation? How come you're all going home empty-handed?
You're not bringing home any souvenirs?
Of course I am. I bought tons of fun things to bring home with me. A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps. Oh, and a stuffed toy of a mythical beast. Clorand is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
So all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Sigewin.
Clorand isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have you know, all the purchases I made today were well within my budget.
What about you, Farina?
Me? Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, little bit of that. They should all be things I can use, I think.
So you fell for a few marketing traps then?
Now Paimon's even more confused. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? Into one of Linny's magic packets?
Oh, actually...
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Oh, so that's what happened. Wait, what? Why did he take them? He's not hoarding treasure, is he?
Wait, dragon
That's
reference.
quite the imagination you've got there, Paimon.
Because he's a dragon, hoarding treasure. That was clever, I like that.
Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we had and offered to take them back for us. I felt a bit bad at first, but, I really did have a lot of stuff.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the Fortress of Meripede for me once he's done with the day's work. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
See, even Clorand was happy to take him up on his offer. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Wow, he seems like a real gentleman. Maybe he's not as uptight as I thought. If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful, proactive, and responsible as him. Right, Zhongli?
Indeed.
Clorand said Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to Risley. So if we go to the entrance of the Fortress of Meripede, maybe we'll run into Neuvillette. But we don't know exactly when he'll show up.
Oh, that reminds me. A new year of work is about to begin. If there's anything you want to talk about, Zhongli, you know you can come to me. I'm all ears.
Does the director have any concerns?
It just seemed like you were a bit preoccupied today, and much less talkative than usual. You barely said anything other than, "Is that so?" and "Indeed." If you ask me, I'd say you're having a midlife crisis. You're getting to be around that age after all.
Is that so?
Ugh.
I jest. Given its distance from the city, Chaoying Village enjoys a much slower pace of life. Surrounded by such peace and tranquility, I also seem to have developed a proclivity for inactivity. I apologize for making you worry.
I see. What do you think, Traveler? Is this atmosphere putting you in a lazy mood too?
Out of mind, out of sight.
Wow, you are getting really good at these kinds of lines.
Indeed.
I'm of the opinion that, or of the theory that Hu Tao knows who everyone is. And she's just waiting for them to out themselves. Like, she knows Zhongli is Rex Lapis. She knows Venti is Barbatos. Like, I'm convinced she knows. And like, the reason she invited Venti to the last year's thing is because she wanted to see how they would interact. And I'm sure she knows about the things that happened in Fontaine, and she's just pretending not to know. So she knows who Farina is.
Well, everyone, make sure that you've got all your belongings with you before we leave. If there's any souvenirs anyone still wants to buy, the time is now.
Reliable as ever, Miss President.
What is that supposed to mean?
Chlorand is right, though. You really are reliable.
It's not what she's saying, it's the way she's saying it.
I will say, I never thought you'd be so easygoing outside of work, Chlorand. The tone of voice you use when you're working doesn't exactly make you seem like the type who enjoys interacting with people.
Well, I try to keep my professional and private life separate. That includes my behavior.
You take care now, Traveler. Paimon.
Don't worry, your partner is very strong.
Ah, trying to act cool now, are we? Well, I guess it's not an act for you, is it?
You are indeed quite strong.
It's been great talking to you all. I'm really glad I decided to come to Chaoying Village.
Farina, making
Maybe
friends.
we could go on another trip together sometime?
Please. I need Farina to make friends and hang with the girlies and like be girlfriends and stuff and be gay and you know.
Look, it's Nevelet. We lucked out.
He's just standing there waiting for us.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting. Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
You call this early? Do you always work this late, Nevelet?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little consequence to me.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Chaoying Village for half a day?
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on any given day. Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying Village.
You give Nivea a quick summary of everything that happened today.
I see. Thank you for informing me.
So did you deliver the gifts?
Yes, they have been safely delivered.
I have to hand it to Chlorand. Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty Udex at her beck and call.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the goods on behalf of the staff of the Fortress of Meripede.
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality really necessary for a small matter such as this?
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift, don't you think? Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of taking bribes.
About that. Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Did he also fall for the tactics?
Oh? Why? What happened?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
Ah, that explains it then.
Why?
Well, go ahead and leave them to me.
Why are all the
I'll
non-humans
get through
falling
this
for
stash
it?
as fast as I can.
You have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
This is a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
While that is an apt description, it is in actuality a legal codex.
A legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law was no different.
Okay.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a symbol instead of text. During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts, so I decided to have a go. We joked with Claran some time ago about gifting you a legal
They
codex.
did in the Archon
So,
quest.
here you go.
Oh, what a nice callback.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
Honestly, claps. Hoyverse.
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
It is a very good attempt.
He's so autistic, bro.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law. That's an impressive level of commitment. A gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the Fortress's showroom.
They're so gay, bro.
Surely there's no need for such a grand gesture.
The sexual
kidding.
tension.
I don't have anything like a showroom. But we do have a storage room. We can put it next to all the mechanical parts Sijuin has collected.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
Aww.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the local spring water.
Of course you did.
The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion.
Interesting.
If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Perhaps I should organize some time off to do the same elsewhere.
As they say in Leela, a balance between work and play is sure to keep your troubles at bay.
Then we are of the same mind. It appears my desire is justified.
If you say so, like, you know you don't have to justify a vacation, right? You can just take one.
Not so loud, Paimon.
You're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you want.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration. However, after reading a few articles about Liyue's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at home. Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once.
And how was it?
Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous decisions as well. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. At first, soil from the ground is granular and unforgiving, but Add the right amount of water, and it becomes soft, moldable, and able to take shape.
The power of water.
In the past, I never thought about how quotidian
take any
vessels
shape.
were crafted. But now, I have participated in their very making. This is also something I made today.
He made himself. That's his dragon form. Or I presume would be. Oh wow, what a big ladle?
That's a ladle? Paimon thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
That was indeed one of my inspirations.
It's you, bitch! It's you, you're the Leviathan! The color also really matches your style.
Really? You like it?
Oh, he
to
sounds
tell
so
you
happy!
the truth, given your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped to give you the welcome you deserve.
Oh, bless him,
Around
he
such an
sounds so
important
happy we
holiday
like
such
it.
as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order. But I'm afraid this is all I can offer. If you'll have it, that is.
Can I really keep this?
That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted.
Can I accept?
You are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite.
Oh, that reminds me. You pass along the advice for Neviette's vacation.
Approve a leave of absence request for myself. That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence. Something which couldn't be in further violation of protocol. But I suppose I understand her point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does, in part, originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties. But it is also due to a lack of desire to engage in the human world. But now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover.
I could have told you that.
Lantern Rite marks the start of the new year in Liyue. In the spirit of the season, then, I wish you a year of success as vast and endless as the open ocean.
That whole epilogue was very, like, fan servicey, but, like, not in a bad way. It just, like, there was obviously not much plot. There was a lot of, like, unnecessary dialogue, but it's sort of, like, was strengthening the characters and bonds of all of these characters who have been sort of, like, brought together. And was, like, a nice, like, I guess palate cleanser after the Fontaine Archon quest. Like, everyone kind of mending fences, building bonds, like, finding what to do next after, like, avoiding tragedy, you know? I thought it was sweet, and I love the silly little interactions. Like, none of that epilogue was, like, necessary or really had much of a story, but it was just really sweet to see all their interactions and see how they care about each other and see their homosexuality and, like, you know, all of that. Oh wait, he's gone. I guess I, like, moved too far away and he just despawned. That's funny. That was so fucking good, dude. That whole event was really good. Obviously, I fucking cried. More than I think I've ever cried on stream. I really liked...
prevails throughout the land, and all things...
Go away. I really liked all of the like themes of like family and building bonds and like mending fences and stuff. Like, I felt like the epilogue kind of referenced those themes as well, with like people making friends and getting closer, and like Xian Yun and like the way she was like highlighted and how much she loves her kids. Like, previously we only kind of saw this very like proud and sort of like standoffish, haughty kind of character. Even though she talked a lot about her kids, she clearly had affection for her kids, but like she's so much more maternal, like, or at least we see so much more of her maternal instincts and her kindness than we did before. And I don't know, it's just really nice. And then like the story with Gumming, like Ugh. Oh, emotions. And he's such a sweet kid, and I really fucking love Caleb's performance as him. I think he pulled it off so well. He's made him sound so natural and really like distinctive personality-wise, rather than just like another friendly, like younger male character. You know what I mean? Like he stands out from a lot of the rest of the characters, and I think the vocal performance really helped that. And I think that was Jun Yoon as his dad, but let me look it up. Because I think I saw something on Twitter the other day. Oh, yes, it was.
Mind be purged. World be saved.
Thanks, Shenhe. Yeah, it was Jun Yoon. He's a very good voice actor. God, what a fucking quest. They really slayed this patch. It's so funny to me that so many content creators were complaining about how 4.4 was shaping up to look. And I remember thinking, but what are you complaining about? It looks like we're getting loads of cool shit. And like, Lantern Rite was fucking incredible. Xianyun's story quest was fucking incredible. Chenyu Vale has been incredible with all the quests and like all the exploration. Like, there's so many chests in that area. I don't know how anyone could possibly be unhappy with it. It's so good. And in Star Rail, Penacony just came out, and Penacony is fucking fantastic. The quest is fantastic. The exploration is fantastic. Like, Hoyo is really, really slaying. So it's funny to me that there's been such outcry because it was over nothing. No reason. Anyway, that's my that's my soapbox. I will step down off my soapbox.